Hey, Gigs Movie Page, it's Michael. Sorry I haven't done any Sorry I haven't done any reviews in a while. This summer's been lackluster. I didn't want to see Transformers, all these other movies. I didn't want to go see. I wanted to go see Spider-Man, but due to controversy and due to a typo on my Fandango account, I couldn't see it. So I had to wait a week to get my money back. And rather than going to see Spider-Man, I decided to go see War for the Planet of the Apes because this franchise has been nothing but great. Andy Serkis has been fantastic. So I ended up just getting my money back yesterday, and I decided to go see this movie, and I was just blown away by it. So the cool thing about this movie is when the movie first starts, they have like this customized 20th Century Fox logo, where it's African beats, and there's a horn doing the horns for the fanfare, the whole dum 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 dum. Instead of the normal Fox fanfare, it had it's like Apes did the music, which I thought was cool. And also in the beginning, they tell you what happens. Like 15 years ago, a virus. 15 years ago, this pharmaceutical group created this medicine that was supposed to help. Alzheimer's patients, and it was tested on an ape named Caesar. Unfortunately, what happened was that they accidentally created a virus called the simian flu, which wiped out like half of humanity. So for 15 years, human apes have been the dominating food chain, while humans have been progressively dying. And then, of course, the second one, Caesar finally had a family, but then him and humans were trying to broker a peace deal. But Koba from the last movie went crazy and started a war, and so now the humans think that all apes should die because of Koba's dumbass. And this one takes place two years after the events of Dawn. So it's been 17 years since Caesar's 17 years old. And with this going on, with this happened, the U.S. Army has asked a hardened colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, to go into the mountains and see if they can find Caesar. So with this one, there's a group of army soldiers, both carrying machine guns and crossbows, who are going into the mountains, into the forest, to find Caesar and his apes. The apes, the thing is, they are victorious. However, they realize that there are some of the guerrillas who work for the army, and they work for this colonel. Caesar is able to stop them, and he's able to help his people get safe. However, he decides to get two of these humans, to get them on a horseback, and he also gets them out of there. And he says, give this message to your colonel. I did not start this war. Someone else did. And then after that, they're gone. Caesar, who's being played again by Andy Serkis, who just basically is the best damn thing about this franchise. He was great in the first movie. He was fantastic in the second movie. And then this one, he owns it, because the thing about this movie is there are no big name, there isn't like a big pot of human actors. The first one, you had James Franco, Frida Pinto, John Lithgow, David Oswaldo, Brian Cox, and that Harry Potter twerp Draco Malfoy, and then you just have one ape, Andy Serkis as Caesar. And then after that, it was just like the three humans and the teenage kid, Gary Oldman, Jason Clarke, Kerry Russell. And then after that, the only human actor in this movie is Woody Harrelson playing the evil Colonel McCullen. Caesar is back along with his buddies. There's Rocket, there's Luca, there's Maurice. His son returns, and he also has another son, Cornelius, who is a wink to the original Planet of the Apes movie, played by Rowdy McDowell. His wife is there, and they're there with several other apes just trying to live a peaceful life, but they know they can't stay in the mountains forever ever since this attack, so they decide at first light, we got to get out of town. And while this is happening, Caesar's son returns along with Rocket, played by Terry Notary, the movement coach for the actors. It's funny because Rocket went from being an asshole in the first movie to being a cool dude, and this one he actually is Caesar's bodyguard, his lieutenant. Whatever you need, I got you. They decide, okay, first light, we'll get our stuff and we'll get out of, we'll leave the forest because they found a place. A place is a safe haven for them. So they figured, okay. Nighttime comes, and that's when they get attacked by an army. They get attacked by an army because one of their guys, one of the apes, white albino ape named Winter, snitched on them, and now they're being attacked. And while this is happening, the colonel, we finally get to see who he is, play Woody Harrelson's character, tries to attack Caesar with a machine gun after he ended up killing Caesar's wife and his oldest son. Caesar tries to chase him, but the colonel ends up cutting the rope where it has Caesar attached. Caesar lands in the lake bottom because there's a river fall. He survives miraculously. However, when he gets there, he's given the news. He sees that his wife and his old son are killed, but his youngest son Cornelius is still alive. So they decide there's only one thing to do. We gotta leave. So the apes decide to leave. Caesar's son's girlfriend is taking care of his son Cornelius. And he's like, just wait for me, okay? I'll come back. While this is happening, Caesar decides to go find the colonel, and he ends up being helped by his old friend Maurice, Luca, and Rocket. So they get back on horse, and they get on horses and just try to figure out where this colonel is at. After they run into I don't say a deserter soldier who tries to kill them, but Caesar ends up shooting with a shotgun. They end up meeting this frightened little girl who's mute and can't talk. And there's something special about this girl because she's, Maurice tries to talk to her, and shows her it's okay. There's no fear. You're fine, honey. And we don't know her name, and she doesn't speak. But the thing is, later on, they call her Nova, and she's played by actress Amaya Miller. And the cool thing about this, though, is that Nova is a reference to the original Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes. That's the girl who was with him when the infamous "You're maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! Hell!" But in this movie, she's blonde, but in the original, she was a brunette. Anyways, Maurice wants to take her with them, and Caesar, we gonna take her, Rocky. Wait, Maurice. Maurice pleases him in sign language, please. She's got no one else. So then they're all riding their horses on a beach, and then you just see the little girl holding on to Maurice, and Caesar looks at her like, yes. And then they just ride off. So while this is happening, they're trying to follow these soldiers. They're following the army soldiers there, and they find a camp. There, they end up running into Winter, who has their insignia burned on his forehead and has donkey spray painted on his back. The thing is about these apes that work for the army is that basically they're told by their superiors that the colonel is not going to kill them if they work for the colonel. Basically slave labor. They're called donkeys because they work for the army. They're treated like dog shit. And they have to have donkey spray painted on their back. The remaining apes, Caesar, Luca, Rocket, and Maurice, find Winter, and he asks him what the hell, what's going on. He tells them more soldiers are coming from the north to help the colonel kill the apes. And he asks, why'd you do that? He's like, he spared my life. Do you really think he's going to let you live? So then after that, they end up killing him. About before Caesar tells them, my wife and my son are killed because you snitched on us. So then after that, they end up chasing the soldiers at first light. While this is happening, Caesar has a dream about Koba from the last movie. And Koba basically tells him, you're becoming me now, Caesar. Your anger and hatred is basically what you are, your nature. While they're chasing the army and they lose them, they end up losing their horse by this mysterious stranger who they chase after. Once they go to this old snow ridge that's been abandoned, they run into him, they pull their guns out, and the person just goes like this. It ends up being a little ape, played by Steve Zahn from Sahara and Daddy Daycare. He has a funny character name. His name is Bad Ape, but he does speak English. and he talks to Caesar about how, he thought he was the only ape. He came from the north, and that everybody's okay. And then he gives them food. He gives them whatever they need. He takes the trench coat off his back and he gives it to Nova to keep her warm. And then he even gives her an emblem, which says Chevy, which says Nova, and then Chevy in the middle. So that's how she got her name. And then after the rations that Bad Ape took, Caesar says it's California, where the California border thing outside of California, where it's like a mountain station. That's where the colonel and his army is laying at, and he asks Bad Ape, "Can you take me there?" And Bad Ape at first is like, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm scared. No, that's not my kind of thing." It's like, "Just take us, please." And then when they get there, they realize two things. One, the colonel is using apes to build this wall. And two, the colonel basically is a monster. He just does not care. He'll just shoot people just for the hell of it. And he basically hates apes. His whole thing is he feels that, we created you guys and nature's been punishing us, so now we're going to take you guys out one by one. I got this donkey son of a bitch right here who's now working for me, and he's going to help me take you guys out. So, they're just kind of emotional. And then when Caesar tells him about, you killed my wife and you killed my son, the colonel just shrugs it off and says, "Well, truth be told, I didn't want to kill them. I really wanted to kill you." And then he gets his ass kicked. So Caesar's captured, and it's up to Rocket, and it's up to Bad Ape, and it's up to Nova and Maurice to try and figure a way how to get him out. And then, of course, while they figure this out, they also realize that their ape camp has been kidnapped as well, including Cornelius. So now Caesar, locked up, must find a way to get these guys out and to stop the colonel. I cannot say, after watching this movie, the second movie, and the last movie, the first one, I can't say enough good things about this. I'm kind of glad I missed Spider-Man because this was a hell of a good movie. Andy Serkis just knocked it out of the ballpark. Woody Harrelson played a mean son of a gun. Steve Zahn was fantastic as Bad Ape, even though basically he looked like a little child. The actress who played Nova, Maya Miller, was fantastic. I didn't know that a female motion capture artist played Rocket. Not Rocket, played Maurice, because I always thought that was a guy, but here she is doing the CGI makeup, and her excuse me, Maurice and Nova's relationship, the whole protector of a young girl, Maurice, Nova, that whole thing. I always liked. And to me, everybody thought that the last one was great. This one was way better. And to me, Andy Serkis did a great job with this movie. So I'm going to go ahead and just say go see it. The next movie I'll probably go see will either be Spider-Man or Atomic Blonde, but August 4th I will see The Dark Tower. So anyways, this is Michael. Thanks, guys.